So a few months ago when we got repatriated from Peru back to the United States, in order to do that we took out a loan with the US government, and in order to do that our passports were voided. So if we want to travel anywhere outside of the United States, we need to get a new passport, and we called the Department of State and we have to apply for a whole new one since it's basically like our passport was damaged. Right now we're on our way to the post office, which is a place where we can send and take pictures for the passport. So hopefully we can get our passport in the mail because it's supposed to take a long time to get it back due to COVID. To get a new passport, I think that you have to apply in person, and right now the Department of State facilities where you can apply in person are not open for the most part, I believe. They're in either phase 1 or 2 of reopening, but not fully reopened. There's also not a ton of them around the country. The closest one to us is Chicago, which would probably be about an hour and a half away. So it's also just easier to go to an acceptance facility. Finding an acceptance facility nearby is not very hard. Put the link in the description of where you can find an acceptance facility near you. Post offices are the most common one, and that's what we chose to do. Unfortunately, we ran out of paper and we were running kind of late for our appointment, so we weren't able to print out the documents we needed. So I'm hoping that they just have papers there that we can fill out and we can get this sent in. We're bringing all the necessary information though, like our ID, birth certificate, and whatnot. We want to get that passport in case we decide to go anywhere in the next couple months. It's really cheap flying right now. Part of applying for a passport is also not only just sending in the right documents, but we also had to have a picture taken. And we chose a post office that had photos available. It was an extra $15 for the photo, but it seemed worth it to us. We could have also gone to Walgreens or potentially tried to make our own, but it was a lot more complicated. It was a lot easier to just do it all in one take at the post office. My picture on my passport is gonna have long ass hair for however long the passport goes for, like 10 years. We're walking back from the post office after doing our passport thing, and unfortunately Michelle wasn't able to get hers right now because her license is for Illinois, so she'll have to do hers in Illinois, but that's not too far away, so we're gonna look at appointments coming up because she's going home anyway, and hopefully she can get hers sent in really soon too. We figured we might not be able to do Michelle's in Wisconsin because of the wording on the Department of State's website. However, because she has a Wisconsin address, we thought that we might be able to. Unfortunately, we couldn't, but if she had a work ID or some kind of ID that showed she lived in Wisconsin, then she could have done it in Wisconsin. However, a lease or some kind of mail does not qualify. At the post office, which is the acceptance facility, they had all the paperwork we needed to fill out though. So it made it really easy. We could do it all right there. It took, I don't know, 20 minutes or so to get the picture and fill out all the paperwork and send it all in. The form we weren't able to bring due to our printer not being functional was the DS11 form. And you can fill that out prior to going to the acceptance facility and print it out and just bring it. And it would make your time there go even faster, but the post offices do have those forms too, so you don't necessarily need to bring it. What you do need to bring is proof of being a US citizen, such as a birth certificate or a certificate of citizenship, or there's some other things, and you can find that on the Department of State's website, which I'll link in the description so you can see exactly what you need or the things that you can provide. You also need to bring an ID, such as your license or certificate of citizenship or a military ID, a work ID, something like that. It does say on the Department of State's website to bring a photocopy of both the ID and the proof of citizenship, but you don't need that. We didn't bring that, and the post office just did that for us also. Also, if you have a previous passport, bring that because they send it in with the application. Ours was technically damaged due to it being voided, so we were supposed to bring it in. I unfortunately don't know where I placed mine. It's somewhere in my apartment, but I'm not sure exactly where, and we were running late on time, so I didn't have time to look for it. However, this wasn't a problem. I just had to fill out this additional worksheet of it being lost, and I sent that in. It was an extra maybe 3 minutes. But to avoid having to fill out that your passport's lost, just bring your passport with. The total costs were this. It was $110 for the passport book, which we were going to get anyway. We did not get the passport card, but I think that was $30. So that's not included in our cost. It was $35 to send it in at the acceptance facility, the post office, and then another $15 for the photo, thus bringing the total for each of us to $160. The employees at the post office were extremely kind and extremely helpful, and it made the process really easy to apply for the passport. Hopefully that's how other post offices and acceptance facilities are also. Crossing our fingers for a fairly quick turnaround by the Department of State on getting our passports, but